Superheroes are all the rage these days. But did you know that the very first comics superhero was actually a magician? This is John Tudor, and this is a bit of magic history. Before Superman, Batman, and all the rest, there was Mandrake the Magician, who traveled the world with his partners, his fiancée and magic assistant, Princess Narda, and his best friend and bodyguard, Prince Lothar. They performed magic and fought evil in all its forms: criminals, villains, aliens, mad scientists, and so on. He was inspired by Golden Age magicians like Thurston and Blackstone, as well as Sherlock Holmes, Arsène Lupin, and other fictional detectives. Created in 1934 by college student Lee Falk and artist Phil Davis, Mandrake and their other hero, the Phantom, had over 100 million readers every day internationally at their peak. The first Mandrake movie serial appeared in 1939, the first radio show a year later, and since then there have been comic books, cartoons, TV movies, pop songs, and stage plays about Mandrake. This is the story of the first attempt to bring Mandrake to television, and how it inspired its star to become one of the finest magicians in the world. After national auditions, successful actress Lisa Howard, who was known for playing bad girl characters, was cast as Princess Narda. The strapping black actor Woody Strode, who was an all-American football star and veteran of 20 movies, was cast as Prince Lothar. A young TV and Broadway actor, Co Norton, fresh from 3 years starring in Search for Tomorrow, clinched the Mandrake audition by vanishing a lit cigarette and finding it behind the producer's ear. Co certainly looked the part, and he was hired as technical consultant on the magic as well, which he later admitted was really beyond his ability at the time. Magic was just a boyhood hobby. He was not a pro magician, as the copy stated. In late July of 1954, the three actors met for the first time at an NBC studio in New York.
If you deal in evil, for here comes Mandrake, Mandrake the Magician. With Lothar and Princess Narda, free against evil, shielded by truth, armed with magic. Lothar, Narda, and Mandrake the Magician.
The next morning, they flew to Bermuda for 4 months of filming Mandrake. Expectations of the show were very high, with its world-famous characters, exotic locations, and hefty budget. The actors all looked just like their comics counterparts, and the ads called it magic, brawn, and beauty. It was looking to be big box office for all involved. Sadly, the production was not. Co said it was a wild enterprise. It went from frustrating to ridiculous. 5 different directors came and went in 4 months, and who knows how many script writers. No scripts were prepared when they arrived, and Co recalled them writing random ideas, then constantly changing them. Once, on a few hours' notice, he had to prepare a new act to be done standing in a hotel pool in a bathing suit. He rushed to pull something together, flew through makeup in his swim trunks. It canceled minutes before the shoot. And this sort of thing was common. The producers didn't seem to know what they were doing, and especially had no idea what to do about the magic. Just 9 of the projected 26 episodes were filmed, but only the pilot episode was completed, and it's the only one that still exists. None of the shows were broadcast. The pilot was not picked up, and it's easy to see why. Any fan of the comic strip, or of magic, would be quite disappointed. In the comics, Mandrake performed magic tricks, had superpowers, projected hypnotic illusions, but this TV Mandrake gestured hypnotically, but that was it. The only magic was the unconvincing vanish of Narda, which was then falsely exposed. And the story was dull. So dull, to defeat the enemy spies, Mandrake opened a penknife and threw it at the bad guys. Worst of all, Ko, as Mandrake, looked wooden, poker-faced, and uncomfortable, as reviewed by Bill McElhaney in Magic Magazine. The entire Mandrake series wound up in the can, permanently tied up in litigation, Ko said. The production company itself collapsed, and the series went broke, said Strode. Woody Strode went on to a 30-year film career in Hollywood. 2 years after Mandrake, he played the King of Ethiopia in The Ten Commandments, starring Charlton Heston. He had leading roles in dozens of films, the most famous opposite Kirk Douglas in the 1960 epic Spartacus. Lisa Howard continued some television acting, and actually played Ko's partner and assistant in Magic again in another show called True Story. But Lisa stopped acting not long after and became very successful in TV news, becoming the first female TV news anchor, interviewing world leaders like Nikita Khrushchev, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Fidel Castro. And Ko, well, he went back to New York, but he kept the costume, the top hat and tails, and he kept the magic props and books that the producers had bought. He also kept the Mandrake image, over time becoming what the public imagined a magician to be. His love of magic came back to him. He joined the New York magic scene and never stopped, and he was soon asked to do TV commercials playing a magician.
Charmin. What's Charmin?
How cute and soft like Sherman.
Yes, it is.
Please don't squeeze the Sherman.
Besides silly commercials, for decades, Ko continued to be a big star on daytime television, while also doing magic internationally on the world's top cruise ships. As corny as it was, Mandrake may well be what I'm most remembered for, said Ko. And he was right. Little did he know that one day we would have the internet, and any web search for the words Ko Norton brings up innumerable references to
Mandrake the Magician.
I hope you liked it. Thank you. Good night.
This is John Tudor, and we'll see you next time.